end-to-end reachability. So the thing is, we are advertising the default route. We are enabling the static default route. That's what I'm doing here. And additionally, I'm going to advertise this inside the OSPF so that the OSPF here is advertising the default route back. Either you can do redistribution or there is an option called default originate. That's something what I'll be using here. So to start with, this configuration here, we'll go back to our FMC here. So where I'm going to enable the default routing. So let's go back to the devices and the device management. And from the device management, this is what we'll actually see. Now, these are few warnings you will see if there is a deployment process is not done. So you should see the status, interface status. This is fine. Just leave these messages as we are able to see the process. Once you again deploy that, these messages will go off. Okay. So what we'll do meantime, what we'll do is we'll quickly go to the FTD. And from the FTD under the routing, we add that static route. We can also run BGP. Later on, we'll try to run the BGP a little bit later on. So as of now, we just go with a static route. And we'll be adding a static route. So we click on add route. And from here, we can add the IPv4 route. So in our case, what we'll be doing is we'll try to enable or click on add the route. So the first thing we need to select which interface towards which interface, the internet interface. And you want to do the routing for any, just give 0000, or you can add 000 with an object. I'm going to use just any IPv4 that is going to do the same job for us. And the gateway is basically the next hop. So here we cannot, we will be using the gateway address 100.0.20.2. That is my gateway address, which is something we'll be giving in the form of an object. So what I'll do is I'll say router 2 next hop. That's my router 2 next hop. The description, and that is going to be 100.0.20.2, which is the router 2 IP address pointing towards the next hop. So gateway is nothing but your next hop. Leave the default metric. There's no tracking as of now. If you want SLS, we can add the tracking later. When you have multiple ISP connections, we can track it from here. Click OK. And once you add this route, we can click on save. And this will generate the default route. Okay. Again, we have to start the deployment process. We'll do the deployment process at once. So additionally, what I'll do is I'll also try to advertise this default route into the OSPF. Then we'll deploy at once. So we'll go back to the OSPF, and under the OSPF routing. So what we'll be doing is we already have this option. The OSPF is already enabled towards the router 1. We can just go ahead and add some kind of redistribution if you want. So in our case, we don't need that redistribution. So what I can do is I can go ahead and enable the default information originate. So if you go to the advanced options, I should see the options somewhere here. The route ID it takes automatically. We can also give the manual route ID if you want. In our case, we enable this command called default information originate. Now this is equivalent to default information originate command, which will automatically advertise the default route. Because once you write a default route, it will generate a default route into the routing table. And we are telling that this default route should be advertised into the OSPF to ensure that router 1 or any other routers, if they want to go to any unknown network, they will be coming to the FTD. From there, they should go. So we just enable it. Always is basically, the always keyword ensures that even in the future, if this default route goes down due to some reason, still it will advertise. Because normally there are two things. One is the default route must be present in the routing table in order to advertise. If I don't tick this option, okay. So when I tick this option, irrespective of the default route is present or not, it will advertise. This is same like default information originate always keyword we use inside the Cisco routers. Always is better because any unknown traffic will still come up to here. Later on, it may get dropped due to routing issues. That's a secondary thing. So we just add this, and that's it. Once we add this, click OK. And I think this will be good enough. Redistribution is not required because anyway we are advertising the default route. That will be good enough. We can go ahead and click on save and deploy this. So while deployment, again, we have to go back and select the FTD, click on deploy. And this is OSPF. This is the default routing. Just for the sake of, verification, because we can always go back to the deployment history and check that. Okay. So select the deploy. I think already we added the deployment option. As you can see, it has started the deployment process here. So we will wait for this deployment process to go ahead. And once it is done, what I expect is already the neighborship is up. So, and I don't have any routes because there is no routes advertised from the FTD except the connected interface. But once it is done, I'm expecting the default route must be coming up onto the router 1, which is like a confirmation that any unknown routes or unknown routing, it will go to the FTD. That's what I'm expecting here. So post deployment, we'll be able to see that. Let's wait for this to deploy here. So as you can see, the deployment process been successful. Just it took 1 minute now. So we'll go back, and as you can see, there is a default route being advertised into the OSPF. This is like every branch office running OSPF inside network. They will be receiving the default route, and any unknown traffic, they will automatically come to the FTD, which is specifically destined for the internet, because as per my topology, any unknown traffic will be coming here. Okay. So this basically confirms that we do have the default route. And if you want to quickly confirm, we can also go to the FTD CLI, where I can simply verify the route. Show route will be good enough to verify. And there is a default route added there. Show route static you can also do to be more specific. As you can see, the default route is already there. Okay, so this way we can make sure that the LAN users can get the default route, and anything going to any unknown networks, they can use the default route to reach out here.